Florida, and we welcome you back to the 2020 Rocket Mortgage Fort Myers tip-off. Both of these teams opened their seasons with a victory yesterday, and for the first time, Auburn meets #1 Gonzaga. Welcome you courtside in Fort Myers. Adam Amin, Bill Raftery. We'll start with a statement and various reports that have been coming out earlier today. A statement released by Gonzaga in the half hour prior to tip-off indicating that following testing after yesterday's game, 2 Gonzaga student athletes are out today due to tournament guidelines and COVID-19 protocols. After the Florida Department of Health independently conducted its tracing measures, those 2 individuals are now isolating in their hotel rooms. The medical staffs for all 4 participating schools deemed and determined that today's games can be played safely. So with all that in mind, we now turn our attention to Gonzaga.
It won't go away, will it?
No, of course not.
It's terrible because Auburn, we're both very impressed with their athleticism,
Right.
their shot blocking, their pressure. It's very important they don't turn it over. This is a very sound Gonzaga team that can take advantage of those opportunities.
Takes us right into our starting lineups, brought to us by Rocket Mortgage by Quicken Loans. Same starting 5 for both teams as they had in their openers. Jalen Suggs' freshman debut was very impressive, to say the least, with 24 points, 8 assists, and 1 turnover. Doug Sermons is our lead official. Patrick Adams and Mike Greenstein flank him today. 96-91 Auburn victory in overtime over St. Joe's, while #1 Gonzaga with a 102-90 victory over #6 Kansas.
And right now, I mean, the Zags go a little man-to-man early in the AM.
Good morning tip-off for you. Here's Jalen Williams, who had a great outing yesterday with 18 and 11.
How about that double-double for him?
Yep.
1 for 3 from deep yesterday.
And some clutch buckets in regulation and in overtime.
I think Timme is really key here to keep his guy moving, be active.
Corey Kispert fighting through the defense.
Way now. Using that left to the 10. You think fatigue will be a factor here a little bit?
It wouldn't shock me, especially after just 1 game played this year.
Right, early in the year, too. Really have your legs.
The extra minutes played by Auburn yesterday. Cambridge.
He makes it. He was really struggling from deep yesterday. 1 for 9 from 3.
Oh, Kispert countered on a foul as he takes the contact from Thor.
I really like Thor, though. Very active kid on the defensive end. We saw Kispert going left, beating his guy down the floor this time. He's solid. Suggs. Boy, everybody's really impressed with Suggs. Would you agree?
Absolutely.
What a talented kid.
Opened up a lot of eyes in his collegiate debut yesterday. Part of a balanced effort from this Gonzaga crew, which is the expectation for arguably one of the deepest teams in the country.
Now, all kids love playing, but Kispert has that extra year, I think, in terms of enthusiasm for the game. 2-1-2 pressure.
Picked by Anton Watson. Bruce Pearl in his 7th season as the Auburn head coach, trying to get just Auburn's 2nd ever victory against a #1 team. 1-12 all time as a program is Auburn against #1.
Well, he does have some juice, though, huh? Absolutely. Attitude. And a nice little job with the trap. They thought it was a backcourt violation.
Yeah. Ends up being a foul on Joel Ayayi. 15 and 9 rebounds in his season debut yesterday for Mark Few, who picked up his 600th career victory yesterday and maintains the highest career winning percentage among active head coaches.
And he handles his acclaim nicely. Ho-hum, 600, sure. Let's start on another 6.
Here's Tyrell Jones. Call him Turbo, taking the deep one and wowed it down.
How about that? 2 for 4 yesterday from 3, so he's got that confidence. Not a pure point guard, because they're hoping Sharif Cooper comes back. Nice lob.
To Timme, who, with the ball fake, gets the contact and 1.
Well, if you don't ball fake against Auburn, you are going to be destroyed. Heady play, great angle pass to the low box area. Look at this. Now just a little pump gets everybody airborne. Very impressive. To the guide hand, just a terrific lob. They do collect at the rim, though, defensively. You got to make sure, and also people got to get available too. If Timme doesn't have it, he enjoys giving it up as well. The cutters.
Career high 25 points for Timme yesterday in the win over Kansas. Cambridge again. Rebounded by Ayayi.
Oh, he had him.
He'll take it himself. That was well defended by Jones getting back.
Sure was. Nice pass by Flanagan.
Cambridge got surrounded quickly, and he was last to touch, according to Doug Sermons. Well, who to watch for? It's Built for Success, brought to you by Rocket Mortgage. Impressive performances by these two gents.
Yeah, absolutely. Flanagan, you can see his speed, pushing the ball, getting people involved with a nice look. And of course, Timme, such a solid, sound basketball player. Nice extra pass.
Kispert to Ayayi for three.
That's what makes them, I think. They're very unselfish, recognize situations, and take advantage.
Another great defensive play, this time Suggs all the way to the rim.
Looking for something special at the end of that. I think he was smart, though. He really didn't have his legs totally.
Gonzaga extends the lead out to 7. Tough shot by Jones. Rebounded by Watson, who hit the deck and saved it to Kispert.
And look at this, taking advantage of numbers. Pretty cross.
Ayayi on Cardwell, who's into the game. First big off the bench. Watson off target.
Nice corral job.
Yep.
Watson really helped Ayayi. Pretty impressive early on here. Just the ability to make that extra look. Get those puppies organized for a little nylon. And right here, the ability to play the passing lane and deny and finish with the pump.
Justin Powell and Jamal Johnson both into the game in the backcourt for Auburn. What a play by Cardwell, reaching high.
A little too tough a pass, a little too much heat on it. It was a good idea on the other end by the Zags, but you mentioned Cardwell. What a nice job playing that lane. And just being in the right spot. Timme was open, but they are amazing in terms of elevation over.
Length and speed. Impressive combination to be able to close out space.
I remember John Chaney used to say speed kills.
Yes.
You know? And you see him pounded the ball and used the ball screen and put you away. At Temple. Little zone look here.
Saw Auburn mix it in a little bit yesterday.
Kispert really looking for the ball in the wing here.
It's Suggs for 3. Long rebound, Timme. These are two excellent offensive rebounding teams a year ago. Kispert a deep one. And knocks it down.
Wow, on an angle, too, with the defense right there. The zone is dangerous with that kid on the floor. But you're right about the rebounding both ends. Auburn, particularly on that weak side.
Williams.
Wipe it out.
Yep. Drew Timme stepping in to take the charge. Jalen Williams picks up his second early going in this first ever meeting between Gonzaga and Auburn. Is sponsored by Progressive Insurance. Save when you bundle auto, home, or motorcycle insurance. 10-point lead for Gonzaga, off to a solid offensive start. 4.5 minutes in. Mentioned Mark Few picking up victory number 600 in his career, and his team celebrating with him after the game yesterday. Only 724 games to reach 600. Third fastest coach in D1 history to hit that milestone, behind Adolph Rupp and Jerry Tarkanian.
Obviously, we don't have enough room on the screen for my one-loss percentage.
Yeah, I mean, it's got to be an incredible percentage if you qualify. That's all. It's just a certain threshold you had to hit.
This guy is such a relaxed human being. A great attitude. His feel for people's incredible. Gets the most out of players, and just the success is extraordinary, really. The consistency. And selfish play. good list of guys up there.
Decent, right? Here's Anton Watson.
Boy, if he can make that, an addition as a power forward.
Andrew Nembhard is in the game for Gonzaga. He was very good in his minutes on the floor yesterday. 11 points and 3 assists.
Powell really has a nice handle.
Johnson, that's a 3. And 9 points for Auburn coming from the 3-ball.
Yeah, he had struggled yesterday, 0 for 4 from deep.
Timme spinning, well defended by Akingbola. Stretch had a few blocks in his opening game yesterday, and Auburn's got 4 threes now.
He's got 2. And a nice ball movement. You're right about Akingbola. He really plays with some energy.
Some bad communication there, it felt like, from Auburn. Nobody picked up Timme.
No. And that's tough for the bigs, too, of Auburn. They're going to come out and play him there. It's going to open up other areas. Once again, Suggs.
His second pick. Maneuvering and finishing at the rim, and a foul.
How impressive was that? Second time he's played, jumped the passing lane, but the ability at the rim here, when you've got a guy like Thor, just incredible finish. What creativity here. And Thor, we talked about his arm length yesterday, just an amazing upside for that kid, but better offense by Suggs.
Free throw, and Powell, a fellow freshman, has the rebound.
You look at Suggs finishing like that. You do the NBA. You got to have a little Kyrie Irving with those bigs, don't you?
Indeed.
Like he did that time.
Ability to have handles and maneuverability in midair.
Finish. Nembhard on Thor. It's interesting. He comes outside instead of in.
That's right. He got a guard guarding against Thor.
Nice pass.
And Timme came over, and then Suggs came over on the backside for the help against Chris Moore.
What a great read. I think Nembhard will play better today. Just surprised in the sense of being eligible. Look at this.
What a finish by Timme.
Whirling dervish there.
Largest lead at 11. Stretch Akingbola stretching the floor a little there. Tunde Akingbola from Nigeria.
They've got pieces.
They do.
No question about it.
The ball movement.
How
And
could you leave
Kispert,
him?
3.
You can't leave him.
Yep.
Right? Get number 24 ingrained in your head.
44% from three-point range last year. He hit 78 threes a season ago.
Yesterday, only 3 for 8, which is off for him a little bit.
Yep. Justin Powell, tough step back, and he sinks it.
He plays with some confidence, though.
Yes.
Without Cooper, he may be the guy to run the show for them.
Aaron Cook to Kispert to Nembhard. Bruce Pearl wanted a charge on that play.
I think he was right, too, on the pass.
Moore to Johnson. Short that time. Offensive rebound for Thor.
Tough shot.
Feels confident to stroke that.
Yeah.
I said it.
Well, going left and getting squared up takes a lot of work.
Cook, the nice fake, the step. Off target on the 3.
Look who's there.
Yep. Off the foot of Johnson.
Smart play. Put a nice look on that. Tough to cover that baseline pass, but tough to cover this guy. Early on, we saw the ability to get to the rim with that left bounce to ecstasy, get out on the break and finish. And this is just easy for his ability.
Last year averaged 14 a game, a first teamer for Mark Few in the West Coast Conference. Kispert went over 1,000 career points yesterday with his performance as well. Nifty Nembhard there with the handle.
This is what he does best, uses that ball screen though. A little short on that one.
4 Tigers underneath to help keep that alive for the defensive clear. And Cardwell
I think of like Kispert maybe.
It is. That'll be his first.
You've never been in better hands. Allstate. Click or call for a quote today.
That feeling when you're in the moment you've waited for. Thought about, talked about, dreamed about. And the minute you think it can't get any better, the minutes just keep coming. Know the feeling on the beaches of Fort Myers and Sanibel.
Welcome you back to the Rocket Mortgage Fort Myers tip-off. Day 2. Hope you enjoyed your Thanksgiving Thursday. 10-point Gonzaga lead as we get a look at the #1 team in the country at the top of the AP poll top 10, brought to us by Mercedes-Benz. What else sticks out to you, Raph?
Well, Baylor not able to play.
Right.
That sort of jumps out at you. But this impressive array of teams, obviously. We didn't see Kansas at their best. This will be a big bounce back day. And they've had, over the years, occasionally a tough game and bounce back with championships in their conference.
How about these three? They combined for 72 of the 102 yesterday. They've got 23 of the 26 so far today.
It's an unselfish team. No question about it. Take good shots. Make good judgments.
Tough shot by Moore. Kispert tapped it out to Cook. Cook taking the contact. That may be a goaltend as well.
Good call by you, as well as the refs. The Cook experience, too. Nice little hesitation here. He had the wing in case he wanted it. And really strong going to the rim, too.
One shot. One.
Ball goes against Chris Moore, and a chance at 3 for the transfer from Southern Illinois University. Broken hand and a medical red shirt last year, and now playing his final year of eligibility for Mark Few after a couple of really solid seasons for Barry Hinson.
Very, very experienced, too. That's what they like about him. A little toughness.
Yeah, trying to stick with Powell there.
Powell doesn't back off.
No, not at all.
Very confident kid. But once you turn the corner, boy, you decimate the interior defense no matter what the team is. You got to contain at that point of attack.
Clock called on the floor for a shot attempt. Everybody has touched it for Auburn on this possession. Powell the left after the spin.
How about that? Great body control. Great use of the offhand as well.
17 in his collegiate debut. Chunk of that coming in the second half in an overtime for Justin Powell.
I see Franklin on the floor. I don't think he played yesterday.
Very limited.
Yeah, if at all.
Javon Franklin is the junior college transfer. Did not play yesterday. Limited due to that leg issue last year. Good hustle on both sides.
Yeah, this kid is really strong, too, as well as being adept at moving his feet well and making good judgments.
Flanagan will come in and he'll give Chris Moore a breather. 6 turnovers for Auburn, only 1 for Gonzaga thus far.
Yeah, that's a major issue when you play a team of this caliber.
18 turnovers
slip.
for the opener. And there's Franklin right there.
You can mint that, Franklin. Nice little fake as though you're going to screen and then slip to the 10.
Had a leg injury during his sophomore year at junior college. A little bit of an unknown and a little limited physically at times, but he could be a very good piece for this obviously athletic and deep Auburn team.
Nice play by
good
Cook.
play by Cook to Ballo. Two-man game, huh?
Yeah, really. You know, Cook is really, I know he's strong. He's built so well. He's clever as well.
Flanagan off the curl, tried to feed it to Cardwell.
Too close quarters, but the really good solid play here. That little slip to the 10. A great acknowledgement. Weak side, not as alert as they should be. And this is just a Nice little two-man, and Bolo learning quickly. Get to the rim.
Umar Ballo, redshirt freshman from Mali. Baby Shaq, as he's known around the club.
Well, he's a work in progress, too. Yep. I think in another year or so, he's going to really be a factor inside. Nice hesitation.
Oh, that was pretty from Suggs.
A little lingerie on the deck there. Back screen pinned down.
Jones waves off the screen on one side, takes it from Franklin. You got the switch on Watson.
Yeah, got to drive him.
Jones taking it, and a foul on the floor.
Smart. And Watson not as prepared on that side of the floor, but this hesitation up. Stand the guy up and then just blow by. Really smart play. He's got the whole package, this kid. Got some strength, great intelligence as he approaches the game.
Akingbola's back in. Cardwell goes to the bench. Franklin with some good minutes. Oh, dangerous pass. Flanagan kept it alive.
And Suggs with the read.
Jones on the deck, flips it back out to Williams back in. Five on the shot clock.
Trying to post up.
Williams.
And look at the help by Timme.
Yep. Just that little late help made it a little tough.
Look at this run.
Oh, what a pass. Ayayi had it blocked by Flanagan.
What a reaction. Big time.
Flanagan couldn't corral that one cleanly from Jones, though.
No, just not a good judgment either. That cross-court pass. And just not giving up on the play whatsoever. Absolutely terrific timing. Very impressive. Flanagan.
I'm trying to see. It's hard to tell if it touched the glass first, but may have. Maybe they've gotten away with one.
Yeah, that's true. If it does and they swipe it, score the goal. Nice
Timme the screen and slip. You pointed that out a couple times. Very heady players.
They have a great feel for the game, no question about it. Just the ability to attack, pump, incorporate all their skills, and Bolo, a work in progress with a nice little step to the 10.
Jalen Williams just picked up his third foul. You got four out there with Akingbola, a lot of length. They're trying to guard Suggs, who misses the three.
And you notice Nembhard right back, though. Balance.
Oh, just the length of Watson able to deter that pass. Flanagan. Timme snatches that rebound. Nembhard leaving it for Ayayi. And out.
He thought he had it. Look who's right there. One end to the other. The big fella looming large.
Excellent start for Timme. He is the second Bulldog into double figures. 10 points, 5 rebounds already with still 8 minutes to play in the first. Tough shot, Cambridge. Another rebound for Timme, his sixth. And a foul on JT Ford. That'll be his third. A little foul trouble for Auburn. Piling up for Bruce Pearl here in the first half. Off is presented by Rocket Mortgage. Home loan options for your family. Rocket can. And by the beaches of Fort Myers and Sanibel. Know the feeling. And by Roman, the digital health clinic for men. Largest lead for Gonzaga at 14. That takes us to our all-time starting five, brought to us by Roman for the Auburn Tigers, Bill.
There's some good shooters out here. Chris Chuck Person, we know. Wesley Person, John Menga, Mike Mitchell. And how did Barkley get in there?
Yeah, what did he do anything? Did he do anything?
An unknown factor. Of course, Eddie Johnson, a great player in the pros, was phenomenal. Jeff Moore, Chris Porter, who's back here after playing in Europe, getting a degree. And Chris Morris, who I got an opportunity to watch with the New Jersey Nets. Wes Flanagan, some great players in this program, and this guy's going to bring a lot more in.
Bruce Pearl's team hasn't scored in about 3 minutes. Now facing their largest deficit at 14. And Andrew Nebhard is at the free throw line after the JT Thor foul. 2 Auburn Tigers with 3 fouls, Thor and Williams. Bonus the rest of the half for Gonzaga.
And Nembhard's a great addition. Of course, he was on the scout team, and that's what I was saying now. A little more comfort zone. We get back to playing the way he's very capable of. Nice combination of these two, Suggs and Nembhard.
Watson with a nice save off the free throw miss, leading to a Timme bucket.
Wow. Just poise, pace, control.
Offensive rebounding the key for both teams, as we mentioned. There's Cambridge on the drive. Good take. Just short, slap back in by Stretch.
Nice job, Akimbola. Very alert.
He's got 4 now.
Oh, not a good look.
Nope. Here comes Jones, taking the contact from Suggs. Drew Timme had a great game yesterday, continuing that in game 2.
He's so solid. We saw this early in the game where he pump fake, got 2 guys airborne, drop step. Fundamentally, he's extraordinary. Very active, knows the game. Terrific in a ball screen situation, can pick and pop. What else do you need?
Jones at the free throw line. Raph mentioned it. Jones really taking the mantle of main point guard duties. The excellent freshman Sharif Cooper did not make the trip to Fort Myers as he awaits the findings of an NCAA investigation into his eligibility. He's talented enough to, if he were ineligible to play for Auburn, he'd probably have an opportunity to play in Europe or maybe Australia. So that's how talented he is.
And nobody knows all these circumstances with him, but they say he is an extraordinary point guard. Top-rated recruit, I think, in Bruce's time. Nice defense. They haven't had a chance to do this, set up that press.
Yep. Able to do it off the makes on the free throws.
Pull the string a little bit.
Forcing a Mark Few timeout. We'll be back in a moment. Later this afternoon.
The game, correct?
That's right.
Allen Stanford. Nice little setup. Ayayi runs out. Mark a little upset having spent the timeout and obviously cajoling him because everyone prepared for the problem. Keep that arm and they got number 2, right?
That's his second. All the starters are back on the floor for the time being for both teams. Or for Gonzaga, I should say. Beg your pardon.
A real high ball screen. You just see that arm extended. Gonna let him play with the 2.
He's gonna stay in and he's gonna defend Tyrell Jones.
I see Cook up though.
Flanagan.
That sets up their pressure now. They haven't turned the heat up much at all.
Still within striking distance, trailed by 17 at one point until this 7-0 run.
I think that could be a great man-to-man team, Auburn. Cambridge really working hard.
Akingbola guarding Timme. Rebounded by Franklin. He's out there with Jones and Flanagan and Cambridge.
Automatic switch on the perimeter and a load up in the lane.
Flanagan, another one. Suggs on the run out. This is where he's dangerous. Oh, what a finish.
Oh my goodness.
6 for him, all close range.
Around that rim or lane, he is incredible.
All on runouts, I
right.
believe, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, he had the 2 steals to run out, you're right.
And then the dunk earlier, I think, right?
Yeah.
Here's Cambridge. A little deeper behind the line this time.
Yeah, Bruce lets him go. And he's unabashed. If he struggles a little bit, he's still going to jack it up. Plays with a lot of confidence. But this is impressive. Watch the footwork, folks. A little crossover with the feet. I mean, this takes a lot of work without walking before he puts the foot down. Goodness, that is impressive. That's why everybody in the country loves him. Norm Roberts was telling me at Kansas, he said he thought he was one of the best players in the country last year.
Freshman out of West St. Paul. Minnesota, highest ranked recruit in Gonzaga history, a top 5 player. Second McDonald's All-American recruited to Gonzaga. Zach Collins was the other. It was pointed out to me, let's not forget Nigel Williams-Goss and Kyle Wiltshire, but of course they started at different schools. Williams-Goss started at Washington, Wiltshire at Kentucky.
Yeah, they've become a place where transfers feel very comfortable.
Very much so.
Over the years, they know there's going to be success and opportunity to win a championship.
Nembhard obviously transferring in from Florida, probably one of the headlining transfers this cycle. Oh, good length there, shown off by Cambridge. Not a good pass.
Well, he pushed off.
Yep, and he gets tagged with the offensive foul.
Did a great job and then compounds the situation there. Zags are really doing a good job inbounding the basketball. You've got to screen, be distinct in your cut. A nice little sell job, too, by Cook. Let them know.
Feel comfortable with Kispert. Kispert bringing it up. And they've got Cook who can run the point. They've got multiple players that can run the point. Suggs is on the bench, as is Nembhard, and they feel confident with Cook.
Ooh, we got a break here, I think.
Yep. 17 on the shot clock for Gonzaga. You can see Bruce's reaction to that.
Your point about the point guard situation, well, maybe the hand was in there too.
Franklin was last to touch.
It's a nice way to play too. Guys can play off the ball a little bit.
There's Watson. Quick trigger with that little float.
Ayayi with a great look though. He fills that stat sheet, as Clark Kellogg used to say.
Yes.
Stat sheet stuffer. Boy, you
got to be very careful with that.
You can get fired on that one.
A traveling violation here on Franklin. When they are young, they're raw, right?
Right there. That's a great word. They are going to be a work in progress. There'll be a lot of high notes and a few flat ones.
Man, Auburn is deep. They can run a lot of bodies at you. They're fast.
It's almost like a taxi squad. Or Dean Smith used to have a blue team. Put 5 guys in at once.
You can line change with these guys, right?
Nice high-low. Look at this.
They love the high-low. That's a good defensive play by Cardwell and an excellent second effort by Timme.
He just knows the game, Timme. Negated on one side, used the rim on the other.
We're talking about the roster for this Auburn team. So that is 17 underclassmen on this roster. Only 2 upperclassmen that get significant playing time.
And 0 seniors. So do you see that anymore? Well, maybe at Kentucky with one and done's over the year.
Samir Dowdy is gone. Excellent scorer, good secondary ball handler. Isaac Okoro, a number 5 pick to Cleveland. Austin Wiley, who had 13 double-doubles. D'Angelo Purifoy, Anthony McLemore, Javon McCormick. These are all big names. About 84% of the scoring is gone.
Well, you sound like the Final Four there.
That's right, yeah, a couple years ago.
Yeah. Dowdy had a good year last year. Could really fill it up from deep. Made big plays for them.
Trying to get Powell a look.
Oh, Timme traffic, tough, nice hands, right spot. Cook is moving pretty good. Didn't he jam the hip or something the other day?
Yeah, a little hip pointer.
Yeah, he's moving around well.
He was grimacing a little bit in pregame warm-ups yesterday, but I think he's loosened up since. Good recovery by Cardwell, again on defense. Limping a little bit as he rejoins the play.
Nice
hesitation.
Yep. Just surveying the landscape.
5 for Flanagan. Watson. That's good strength shown by Moore on defense.
Kispert has a touch this. There he goes.
Yep. Looking at the Timme screen and pulling up. Good look. Rebounded by Moore.
The big thing when you play Auburn is that weak side second defender to block shots. And Timme, that particular time when he got the ball, had troubles.
And they've got multiple secondary defenders with that length to block shots.
Exactly. They could be great defensively. Look at this kid.
Wow. Cardwell's there for the offensive rebound. Here's Johnson. Rebound Kispert. Kispert had the hot start, 11. A little quiet as of late.
Because he got about 5 minutes rest, too.
Yep.
Nice hesitation with the draw.
Oh, Timme.
Oh, that was beautiful. Everybody thinking he's going to give it to Kispert. A little blow by. Put him on the box. He's dynamite. And ball screen, he's pretty effective. And off the bounce. Headband and all. A little hesitation and the blow by. Pretty impressive by the big fella. He's got a lot of answers, and you have to against this inside defensive presence. A little kiss in Fort Myers.
I'm a Verizon
Season for Mark Few. We're 2.5 minutes away from halftime. We'll have Rob Stone, Jimmy Jackson, and Casey Jacobson in LA. They'll talk about what they learned about number 6 Kansas as we prepare to see them in our second game of the day. And Raph and I will break down what we've seen in the first 20 minutes between Gonzaga and Auburn. Timme gets a breather. Nice ovation. 16.7 rebounds for Drew Timme in this first half.
Such an intelligent approach.
Kispert and Suggs have 36 of the 46 for Gonzaga today. Jamal Johnson with another long one. That's a 2.
Well, they talk about him with 3s and long 2s. Good D and ringing a bell.
Auburn's still hanging around against this efficient Gonzaga team.
They make you play both sides of the floor. We couldn't get the feel.
Oh.
Yeah, he was ready to step back 3.
Ballo.
Offense or what? Offense, I guess, on ball. Must have extended the arm.
Yep.
But when you play Gonzaga, they go side to side. They really make you work. Not that they're using clock. It's just to move the defense. Get you off balance out of the help side position.
Hope to hit 2 sides of the floor more often than not.
Right. And they extend you, too, because guys can make that deep one.
There's that length from Watson again. Tried to knock it off of Johnson.
There's Pat Adams with a little pirouette move over there.
Good core strength shown by Pat there, I would say.
He was telling me he has a game this week. I won't say the team because I'm not sure. That was canceled. He just found out today. For the same problem.
Okay, yeah. Understandable. That's going to continue.
Over the top here, Watson. I think he's one of the keys to this year for this team.
I think so too.
Don't you? I mean, just he's got everything size. Steps out a little bit. Obviously understands the defensive schemes.
Breather and a little smaller now with Cook.
1-1. Don't push the front side, guys. Straight in. 1-1.
I think a lot of the substituting other than fouls is because of it back-to-back, this early in the year.
Seems like it. And we thought that fatigue could be a factor. 2 hard, high-paced games yesterday for both of these teams. Foul called here on Tyrell Jones.
Get out that far. Go underneath. I mean, there's no reason to go over the top that far. He's not going to shoot the ball from that. Well, maybe Steph Curry or somebody like that.
Feel emboldened to do so now.
Yeah. Now Bruce was a shot at him there. I'm just thinking, he was talking about the coaches in the SEC. I mean, some big name guys who've accomplished a great deal, how tough it is night in and night out in that conference.
Auburn this season picked 7th in the preseason media poll. This is going to be a foul on Ballo over the top.
Silly one by him.
Tennessee was picked to win the SEC this year. Kentucky, LSU, Florida are the next 3.
Barnes, right? Wade, White. So many good names coaching.
Mike White's team will be here next year in Fort Myers. Tip off.
Thinking of Ben Howland, those Final Fours with UCLA. And the list goes on. Frank Martin, South Carolina. You better be ready.
Alabama and Arkansas picked ahead of this Auburn team. lot of people feel some comfort talking about the potential of Auburn, so imagine what we're looking at with Arkansas and Alabama.
Texas A&M too.
Yep.
With Buzz.
Always competitive.
Absolutely.
Moore knew he was off target, tried to get his own miss. Mark Few is asking about a lane violation.
I think you're right. They got a little giveaway on them, Bart.
Double bonus the rest of the way now.
Johnson. Bruce said, what are you holding him for?
It's first. Camera at the line shooting 2.
Oh, he's coaching over there. Johnson said he held my arm, coach. It's not working.
Back to a 14-point Gonzaga lead. The largest lead was 17. 37-20. Auburn got to within single digits at one point.
So you got to run something. Don't let dancing with the ball.
Jones got it blocked by Timme.
That was going nowhere. Even the dribble handoff at pace, you're not going to run into the defender.
Good hands that time by Jones.
This is that last play. They really didn't run anything. Maybe a late ball screen. And just a great presence. Timme's such a help side, always in the right spot defensively.
Sound player. It feels like you could say that about most of the Gonzaga guys.
His numbers are game numbers. And look at this. Again, you dodge it. Put you away with that deep one.
Johnson was deterred, so he ended up clutching the shot.
Gonna run it down, I guess.
Yeah, about a 3-second difference. You can probably run it down.
Well, you play this Gonzaga team, you got to be able to score points.
Yep.
And you get some numbers.
To win some shootouts is going to be some high-octane play over the course of the year, you get the sense. And the best scoring teams in the country a year ago has looked like it so far through a game and a half. Ayayi, the step back. Off target. Still a second. That won't count for Auburn. Johnson.
Pretty solid display.
Once again from Gonzaga, 50% from the floor, a 14-point advantage at halftime, 2 in double figures for the Bulldogs. Rob Stone in Los Angeles with the rest of the crew. Right after this, you're watching College Hoops on Fox.
Points off of turnovers. I mean, that's impressive. I said at the beginning of the evening, or the morning, I should say. Points to the paint again.
Yep.
Just that terrific ability was the dribble, drive, or Drew Timme, who I apologize to the family, saying the wrong name, obviously, but just sensational understanding of the game. Big time player, great compliment to others.
He's part of this trio that's been really doing most of the damage in the first 2 games for Gonzaga.
And you like Suggs, so.
Very much so.
I mean, you see enough NBA players. I mean, you can see this kid, and listen, I hope he stays 4 years, obviously, but just understands the game. And Kispert talked yesterday about his leadership, his impact on this whole program, his impact on Mark Few and his staff as well. So impressive.
All 3 of them right next to each other, getting set for the second half. That trio has been outstanding. 71.5% of the points that have been scored by Gonzaga in the first game and a half have been scored by those 3.
That's your Valpo education.
The Harvard of the northwest area of Indiana.
You knew the Drew family extremely well. We mentioned that yesterday, right?
Yep.
Exceptional basketball people.
Good to see Bryce get a win in his new digs at Grand Canyon. Scott Drew is scheduled to join his team in Indianapolis next week as they prepare to finally play their first games of the season.
Big thing, I think, now for Auburn when they score, get their press set up. Get free throws, make them, get your press set up. And force some miscues. Nice back cut.
Oh, Watson to Kispert.
Oh, how pretty is that? Show the ball and a great read by Kispert.
Largest lead for Gonzaga was at 37-20. They were up by 17 points. At one point, Auburn got it down to single digits, but the lead has ballooned back out to 16.
And that last trip to Drew Timme way out, so there's plenty of room. Nobody to gate at the rim.
Now Timme on the switch, guarding the speedy Jones.
Good job challenging.
And Jones ended up reaching in after Timme secured the rebound.
This is just nice basketball. A little step and go. Really little show the ball, backdoor, and out here is Timme. Takes the big center away. Show it, back cut. Pretty basketball. So basic and sound.
Gonzaga, the most efficient offense in the country last year, the highest scoring offense in the country last year.
Nice pick.
Kispert, another one.
How about that? Just pretty sound basketball with Watson setting up the barrier.
Lead up to 19.
Ooh, tough shot.
Yep.
Nice look.
Outlet for Ayayi.
Pretty.
Nice feed to Watson. Unselfish ref.
Boys, that show you why they're so highly rated. That is just pretty basketball. Quick timeout now by Bruce. Boy, they came out ready, didn't they?
Absolutely.
The Zags. Mark has more than a few performers, and they're pretty unselfish. Ayayi. Watson with the finish. Big time play.
Always good to have just one more with ref, or maybe it might be a rough morning, but I know you wanted to discuss some very important people too that we lost.
2020 has been a terrible year with the pandemic and its impact on America. And of course, we lost some great names in college coaching, just phenomenal people. I was fortunate enough to coach against John in particular. And of course, Hall of Famer Eddie, Billy Tubbs. Recall him chastising the crowd for offending the referee as poorly as they, and of course the great Lute Olson. So just wonderful people. And John's the one that got me into announcing, by the way. I had to play him every year. And I said, you know what, let me just take another job. Just sad. And I got to know John even better doing radio with him in the Final Four for maybe 10 years. So terrific impact on our game and on the young people they coached, and just extraordinary individuals.
I always enjoy tuning in during the Final Four to listen to you, John, and Kevin Harlan or Kevin Kugler now.
Right.
You guys always had so much fun, so much life in that man, and it was a pleasure to get to meet him. Worked with his son, John Thompson III, for a couple of years, and 4 incredible dynamos in the history of coaching.
They loom so large in the history of the game, all of them. You know, Eddie and of course Bill Self were great pals and coached alongside one another. This kid is so smart. Ooh. So much for recognizing the help there, but he doesn't make many mistakes, Drew.
Back to back for Flanagan. A little life here from Bruce Pearl's crew out of the timeout.
Good use after the timeout. Nice look.
Ayayi with that cut. Very aware. It feels like good cuts made at good times for Gonzaga.
Well, when you have a guy as heady as Timme, you know, just be alert. Your guy sneaks a peek, take advantage with the back cut.
I like you pointed out the ball fake on one of those back cuts by Watson.
Yeah.
Kispert open. Speaking of Kispert.
Being open. You got to be ready for everything. They had terrific offensive philosophies, even on the baselines.
Flanagan eyed that basket for a moment after he hit 2 from distance.
They automatic switch, except the bigs here.
And they keep Timme on Akingbola. Jones the penetration. Williams the extra pass.
Too late.
Off the back rim for Flanagan.
Nice play.
Suggs just kind of flipped it behind him. Timme takes it, and he's fouled by Stretch Akingbola.
And he knew he was there. And just a big-time attack, but what a play by Suggs. Didn't get it clean, but he knows. Does he know? Is he aware? And right here, just really an aggressive attack at the rim. You love it. Boy, that's pretty basketball.
Drew Timme to the free throw line.
A lot of kids leave that hand off the ball. I think he could have just held it a little longer with the left hand and rammed it in.
Timme closing in on another double-double. Wholesale subs for Auburn here. As Powell, Johnson, and Cardwell check in. They had to replace Filip Petrusev, who's playing pro in Belgrade right now. He was a near double-digit rebound per game performer, as well as their leading scorer, the conference player of the year. No Killian Tilly. He ended up signing a two-way contract with the Memphis Grizzlies. Admon Gilder, who's a transfer. Ryan Woolridge, who was their main ball handler. Four starters. So much to replace, yet those skill sets and those numbers, just, again,
Absolutely.
A game and a half, obviously, but really does feel like they may not have as hard of a time as some other teams might in having to fill those gaps.
No, they just reload, so to speak. Petrusev gave them a real big presence low. And I tell you, these 2 days, Timmy's done the same thing.
Right. Like Brandon Clark, who's now had a great year in the NBA. He actually tweeted earlier today, I think maybe during halftime, he said, I think Drew Timme is one of the headiest and smartest players maybe he's ever seen. There he is right there on cue, making us look smart. You enjoy that, Brandon.
He wanted the foul as well, and why not?
Right to a 20-point advantage for Gonzaga 4 minutes in.
I can see Watson progressing too, though. Right here, a little blow by.
Oh, Flanagan with the left.
Well, so you better give a little ground. Terrific maneuver. We saw that yesterday, too. Not afraid to go baseline from that right side with the left hand.
8-point surge for Flanagan here in these last few minutes. Suggs, the blow by, the rejection from Jalen Williams. Flanagan, and he's chased down with a foul.
I think Timme with a good foul, though. Whew. Being in the stance, being prepared defensively, so important. Too close, the blow by, and how about the hammer? His dad's got to be smiling on the bench, though. Big time, send it in.
Gonzaga with an impressive run, still with a sizable lead at 18. Auto, home, or motorcycle insurance. Gonzaga up on Auburn, #1 team in the country, trying to get to 2-0. Had some fun games and stars to witness, and obviously Jeremiah Robinson Earl part of a very balanced attack for Villanova. Same thing you could say for Kofi Coburn and Illinois. Both of those teams have really deep benches.
Tells you how exciting this year is going to be.
Yeah.
Basically, I thought Earl played as well as I've seen him. Almost different in his attack mode, and Coburn just still learning how to play.
Yep.
First cover, 6'10", mobile. Bobby Huggins gets you after you too defensively. They grow as the year progresses.
I like Charles Bazzi. He had big numbers, double-double, and I think what was it, 7 blocks the other day against Memphis in that Western Kentucky upset. Really strong performances throughout.
Speaking of strong, Tucker's done a nice job, I think. Making shots, driving, getting to the free throw line.
He's got all 10 points for Auburn in this half. All Flanagan thus far for the Tigers.
Always a threat. Kispert gets it, locks your guy and Thor on the floor. I believe he's got 3.
He does. Got him in the first half. Johnson guarding Nemhard. Timme.
How about that? Just cut to the right spot. So smart. And that's what Nemhard can do. He can find people.
25 a career high yesterday. 22 and 8 rebounds for Timme today. Nice cut by Thor. And he draws a foul.
And nice little slip because they switched everything. Yeah, he got caught on the wrong side. And nice little read by Thor.
Gonzaga foul number 11, Joel Ayani.
Second on Ayayi. Sending JT Thor to the free throw line. Born in Nebraska, grew up in Alaska. Didn't even start playing basketball until the 7th grade. Played a couple of years at Huntington Prep in West Virginia. His senior year in Georgia at Norcross, he was All-State last year. Reclassified to be able to start his college career.
And we spoke yesterday about his upside. Bruce feeling he's really got a high ceiling. He could have been a double dribble.
Yeah, for a second.
Picked it up.
Well, Timme got a little loose. Good pass by Nembhard, and the goaltend as Akingbola came in.
You can repeat yourself all game long. Good pass, good cut.
Almost becomes boring after all. You said it. It's nothing complex. It's basic. It's sound, fundamental basketball with some twists in there.
Team concepts.
Good communication up top with Kispert and Suggs on the defense. Thor misses the long one.
Nice.
What a pass by Nembhard, but to the wrong team.
Good read by Paolo.
Good idea by Powell, but knocked away by Suggs. Kispert to the rim.
And great clear out to set that up too.
Powell to Thor. Just off target. Lob. Ayayi to Suggs. What a finish.
How about that play?
For Gonzaga's largest lead at 22.
How impressive was that? Eyes on the rim. Great look. Ayayi just does so many little things nicely.
Nice offensive effort from Gonzaga so far as they've taken their largest lead. 40 paint points. Akingbola stepped back to take the long one. Ayayi on the move for Gonzaga. Kispert.
Well, they dodge one when he misses, don't they?
Yeah.
That open. Not a good play, but this open floor is just beautiful basketball. Nice read. Great communication skills, some athleticism as well. The touch on that. That is really special. Flanagan can just observe like us on that one. Not much you could do.
Worthy of extra observation.
That's true. Their early offense is sensational too. They'll push, and you don't really identify quickly or adjust, and they just take advantage. As soon as Kispert catches it, he makes you honest.
You have to respect the shot.
Yeah, he's a nice pass.
That was just left short by Watson. Johnson.
Look at that effort by Watson.
Yeah. Race back to help the turret.
Look at this look.
Cook flips it back out. Suggs the extra pass for a Kispert three.
How pretty is that? How unselfish. Ooh. That is impressive. Can't argue with their rating, can you?
No.
They rank now.
At least to start the season with obviously plenty of ball to play. This has been, I think, the most impressive team to start. Granted, we've seen it the most. But very, very good stuff so far. Suggs picks up his third. You hear the communication, too, from Auburn. I do like what I'm hearing on defense. They're trying.
Oh, yeah.
It's just that rawness that we talked about for the young team right now.
Well, you put pieces together, it just takes a while.
Sure.
It's like it's in a process that they're going to have to go through and learn. Shot selection becomes a big key when you look at tape. Playing together, making the extra pass.
Well, that's the trend, too, right, Billy? I mean, you've seen it for years. The young teams in this last 20-year stretch, the Kentuckys of the world, sometimes get off to some slow starts and they get better. The veteran teams, let's call them mid-majors for lack of better terms, the Butlers, the VCUs, certainly Gonzaga at the top of that list. They seem to be the teams that seem to gel faster.
Well, it's obviously the talent, the coaching, but it's just older, it seems to be,
Presence.
Pretty.
Watson, that's a tough take.
It sure was. I think he's an important aspect of this team.
Powell. Off there. They're frustrated as well. But Gonzaga continues to get it done. 74 on the board.
The ability to attack that in with some authority. The power forward. Why not? Take him big time. Make it home, big fella.
And by the beaches of Fort Myers and Sanibel, know the feeling. And by Mercedes-Benz, the best or nothing. Gonzaga is the #1 team in the country. They impose some more will. 11-0 run for Gonzaga to take their largest lead at 27.
And Bruce Brown with a full court press back into his zone on their first trip. Excellent.
Forces the turnover. Powell, Williams, Johnson, Moore, and Cardwell out there for Auburn. Watson, Kispert, Cook, Nembhard, and Ayayi for Gonzaga.
They get the switch here. Nembhard still. Mismatch in the little box area.
Well, yeah, now Kispert came over for a second, but
nice play.
Yep. Scramble, Powell, 3. The first guy other than Flanagan to score for Auburn here in the second half.
Yeah, they even struggled. Much better defense, too, by the Zags. You know, 1-3-1 look.
Mixed that in a little bit yesterday.
Yeah. That diagonal look, extra look.
And Kispert ends up with a good look for 3. Slapped by Cardwell, but to Cook. The hesitation.
And the blow-by. He's a wise old vet.
105th career game between SIU and Gonzaga for Aaron Cook. Try to defend there. It's a blocking foul on Cook.
Pretty good try.
Let's update you on this. These are the two fellas that we pointed out right at the top. And Flanagan and Timme have delivered once again.
Well, this is sort of paying homage to the producer of this graphic.
Yes.
You know? Mr. Scheer.
Mr. Scheer.
His selection. Right on both counts, though.
Happy to be here in Fort Myers with our great crew, led by Steve Scheer, Matt Gangle, Adam Amin, Bill Raftery, and the great women and men in here in Fort Myers. Another one on FS1 for you. Kansas, #6 team in the country, will play St. Joe's, which took this Auburn team to overtime yesterday.
Down to 4.
Late in the clock, Powell, the tip try by Cambridge.
Nice run out again, but came up empty.
Cardwell, that length and extension on defense. Cook just took it away from Cambridge.
1-on-3.
Taking it himself. Cardwell did a good job of coming back and stripping it and preventing the easy layup.
Most point guards in the old days would fan dribble, but not today. Cook Jr. with the attack. A lot of support here. Almost giving ground. Nice little effort by him.
Cook will get a breather. People was about to come in. Instead, Cardwell goes to the bench with JT Thor checking back in.
I think the fun in coaching when you look at Auburn is what Bruce can do with this team this year.
Very much so. Yeah, a lot of bodies. They could probably play maybe more physical than other teams because you got some extra fouls there that you can use.
Look at the old time religion.
Timme, the stop, the spin, and the glass.
The old time religion, little Bible Belt move.
Sophomore out of Richardson, Texas, Pierce High School. Williams, good back down. Just rimmed out. Timme battled for that rebound.
Classic checkout.
Drew Timme with 26 points, a career high, and 10 rebounds to go along with it. By far his best double-double as a Gonzaga Bulldog, just a sophomore.
It came easy, too. Wouldn't you agree? Look at this old-time opportunity. Get him up in the air. Good footwork on the Jack Sigma turnaround. Am I aging myself?
No, I don't think so. You do other things that I think potentially do that, but
I used to work with Jay Billis quite a bit. He used to say to me, could you get somebody of the current era
Just somebody post 1979.
I'll be talking about Dave the Busher and Johnny Red Kerr.
That's my guy. Throwing up. Kispert there on the attack on the glass. And the foul was called.
Auburn foul on number 23, Jalen Williams.
That is about individual instruction, too, at this point.
And Cambridge was talking with Doug Sermons. Think about a previous play, that little sequence a moment ago.
And Mark talking to Suggs over there. It's all about the rest of the year when you have these chats. Something that could have been done that wasn't done.
Kispert at the free throw line gets Gonzaga to 80 points and a 30-point lead, and he'll head to the bench.
First time I went up to Spokane, as you know, Mark and his wife Marcy are really involved in the raising funds for cancer. They have a banquet and everything. And I got off the plane, met him. He said, "You want to go to see the new facility?" I said, "I want to go to Jack and Dan's," which was John Stockton's dad's establishment. And we spent the whole afternoon there with lemonade, by the way. And just enjoyed the company.
Nice pass. Powell to Thor and a foul.
Powell's got some game. He's not afraid to mix it up.
Take us to the under 8 timeout here in the second half. A little life here from Powell to Thor. Gonna flex the hammer through. 80-52 score. To us by the beaches of Fort Myers and Sanibel.
And nice little run out. How about Suggs at the rim? He can do it deep on the bounce and have Kispert. Big, strong attack, holding off. And of course, why not Timme? Just sensational. These guys have 51 points today. They had 48 points yesterday. I'd say they were a pretty good tandem.
Add in what Suggs has done with 6 assists and 4 rebounds as well. Handling a lot of the point guard duties. This has been another really good showing for Gonzaga, as we have come to expect.
Workmanlike. Just go about their business, get it done.
JT Thor, part of this solid recruiting class. He and Powell and Cardwell and Chris Moore. Obviously no Sharif Cooper. That's the big story and headline for Auburn in terms of personnel.
You know, I can see Thor at the top of the press on the inbounds passer.
Wouldn't he be so tough to try to pass through?
Look at this. Yeah. Just a great read by him on this end. Very active. He's got good footwork, good speed.
Running into Patrick Adams. Auburn turnover.
Seems to happen when you're struggling. It's plays like that.
Much tougher day today. Try to get into a rhythm for Auburn. They'll stay in state. They've got UCF in Orlando coming up on Monday. That'll be UCF's opener. Nemhard short. Rebound Thor.
He started with a really nice play on that end. Oh, he got a grab.
Yeah, he was like, nope, I don't want the hammer to come down from Thor.
One way of stopping a fast break.
Yep. Maybe the only way with him, this young man. Excellent wingspan, as you can tell. Very strong right out of the gate.
I think he's one of those kids, if he doesn't have foul problems, you can get almost 25, 27 minutes out of him. I think he's got that stamina to compete at this level.
You made a good point, too, yesterday. There may not be a player for Auburn that averages 30 minutes a game this year. There may be a lot of guys who average between 20 and 30.
I think it depends how you're playing that particular day.
Sure. We throw out the comparison to maybe a Florida State of last year. Just very young, certainly some raw players, but incredibly athletic. A lot of high IQ guys who all seem to like playing with each other. That's always a major key for younger teams, too.
I think some of those Florida State kids are at a high level, too.
Okay.
You got one of them coming, right?
Bulls drafted Patrick Williams at number 4.
Suggs just attacking.
Yep. He's got a dozen. 12 and 6 assists and 4 boards for him. 26 and 10 for Timme. 26 a career high, a new one. Kispert with 25 and 6 rebounds as well. Foul called on Nemhard here.
Gonzaga foul on number 3, Andrew Nemhard.
What's coming up for the Tigers?
His first.
A road game at UCF.
Gonzaga number 4, Aaron Cook.
Tony Dawkins down there. Chance to get some legs under you, so find out what you have, and I think that's why that schedule is there too. Hopefully they'll be able to play the game. That's the other end of it.
Absolutely. Remember, Gonzaga was supposed to play Tennessee, and Tennessee was replaced on their schedule by West Virginia. Rick Barnes was dealing with a positive COVID test. Kermit Davis at Ole Miss as well.
Crazy, isn't it?
Well, big news today. We started with it at the top. Just joined us. Gonzaga with 2 players unavailable today after testing following yesterday's game. 2 of their student athletes are out due to tournament guidelines and COVID-19 protocols. The Florida Department of Health independently conducted its contact tracing measures. Those 2 are isolating in their hotel room, and the medical staffs of all teams participating here deem that could be played safely these games today.
Well, hopefully those kids are well, or whoever it is. It's crazy, isn't it?
Yeah,
the situation you put into.
Season, wild year. This is just a small piece of the puzzle in what's been a very strange level of connectivity from event to event across the country and globe. I mentioned the Tennessee game was replaced by the West Virginia contest. Really good West Virginia team and a really good Big 12. Gonzaga will see 2 high-level teams out of the Big 12 coming up. Billy Gillespie, of course, is the new head coach at Tarleton State.
Because a phone call to Bob Huggins put that game together.
So a lot of these games are being put together.
Who needs a lawyer? I mean, just, hey, want to play? Yeah.
1-1.
Planning to have 1-1. Suggs has picked up his 4th.
There was a cut prior to all of this where Suggs fronted, just got a piece and knocked it out of bounds. I mean, just both ends of the floor. His intelligence personified.
Suggs, Timme, Ayayi, Watson, and Cook for Gonzaga. Flanagan, Williams, Cambridge, Thor, and Jones for Auburn. Timme gets the position.
And Cook, too, acknowledges. Game looks easy, doesn't it?
Yeah. And very versatile in terms of positional flexibility, I think, for Gonzaga this year.
A little zone look here. A little matchup pointing.
You get that with coaches in the last 5 minutes, kind of a blowout game. You think, hey, let's mix some things in just to try them.
To learn, right?
Learn.
Sure. You might need them at some point. Protect people with fouls or your man isn't working efficiently.
One rebound to Joel Ayayi.
Really smooth, always under control.
A lot of international experience for him playing in France.
Maybe you invite us over there to Bordeaux. What do you think?
For a good Bordeaux, perhaps. It's like running with the Bulls in Pamplona. You want to have a Bordeaux in Bordeaux?
You can have the Bulls. I'll do the Bordeaux. Thor showing some emotion there, too. He did a pretty good job.
Freshman mark view there.
What makes Mark special, I think, is the way he delivers his messages, too.
Relatability, toughness.
It's demanding without demanding.
Yep. And it's 3, another one.
And Bruce coaching over there for the rest of the year. Telling guys what to do, where to be. Even though it is a situation where you probably have no chance at this point.
It's going to be a high mileage year, I feel like, for Bruce Pearl. Doing a lot of pacing. Again, not a detriment to his team. It's going to be coaching up a lot of young guys who are 1 or 2 steps away, you feel like, in the grand scope of getting to a point where they really feel comfortable playing this level.
The coach's box is not going to be long enough or wide enough for him. Are you suggesting he might lose it a little, too, with all the pacing and stress?
Won't have to worry about cardio. He'll get it in during the game. There's Ballo.
Look at this kid.
Oh, Ayayi with Ballo.
Nice look, and then he paid attention to detail. They are a pleasure to watch.
Yep.
Little flex look again, not a good entry.
Watson the deflection. Nembhard the outlet for Ayayi. The save to Flanagan. Here comes Auburn. Nice maneuvering around Watson.
Make sure you don't charge. He's had a good day.
He's been their high man most of the day today, Alan Flanagan. Doing it with Dad on the sideline. Wes, former all-SEC point guard in the 90s at Auburn. Nembhard.
Nice hustle.
Taken away by Watson. Clean look for Ayayi. Okay. Jones will take it. Flanagan to Cambridge.
Good check up by Ayayi too. So sound.
Took 4 out of it. Nice entry to Ballo. Good ball fake.
How about that? The hesitation. Get your program out. We got some subs coming in here. Get your pronunciations.
Oh, we're going to be ready to go. Pavel Zakharov and Martynas Arlauskis.
You get an A.
I'll take it. The Russian and Lithuanian natives will check in. I mentioned Flanagan, 20 points in this game, 15 in this half. Thor! Finally, I get to say it. He brings the hammer down.
Oh, he sure does. Send it in, big fella.
Big Marvel Comics fan. Loves Thor. Loves that his name matches the namesake. 3-second violation here. It'll be Auburn ball on the other side. 2:14 to play. There was Thor. 88-64 with 2:14 to play. Gonzaga on top. 2-0, and Mark Few will pick up win number 601.
On the way to 1,000, that is.
That's right.
At some point. He's got legs, this guy.
57. Really ended up playing baseball at Oregon. But ended up not playing. Ended up finishing his degree in coaching at his high school alma mater in Cresswell in Oregon. GA at Gonzaga for becoming an assistant for Dan Fitzgerald, and took over as the head coach in 1999. Johnson off target. The tip try just a little off for Moore. Here comes Zach. Whoa, in and out from Gook, huh?
Well, he does have some body control.
Arlauskis and Zakharov both on the floor. There's Pavel. And Powell has the rebound.
Arvidas Kadishavich is with you now in Chicago.
Right.
I'm sure he knows this young man or of him. Being from Lithuania.
Arlauskis actually played with Kevin Pangos in Lithuania as Johnson hits that 3. Played for the Lithuanian junior national team. Martinez's dad actually played with Arvydas Sabonis. Of course, DeMontis, Arvydas' son, played at Gonzaga. Has had a very good last couple of years in the NBA.
Your dad was some player.
One of the best passers, big men passers in the history.
And he got here late for the NBA.
Yeah.
And they said when he was younger, just absolutely incredible. That comes from P.J. Carlesimo, by the way.
Well. Johnson again. There's Moore. Let that length. Moore, the effort.
They say, well, give him the go, Pat.
41 seconds left.
Look at Bruce.
And Matthew Lang will check in for Gonzaga as he takes Nembhard off the floor. 30 seconds left. We're going to take it right to Nebraska, Iowa in moments as soon as this one's over, as Arlauskis will travel. Fun evaluation of this Gonzaga team. Your final thoughts on number 1 right now?
I'm very impressed. I mean, such a solid team. They're unselfish. They know how to guard people, take advantage of situations. There's a lot of guys that can hurt you.
Ooh, look at this one from Powell. Stretch Akingbola with the offensive rebound. Keeps that one alive too. Powell for 3. Rebound to Will Graves. father, an excellent coach for Oregon women. Mark Few with his 601st win. Gonzaga starts the season 2-0 with two dynamic offensive performances, 192 points their first two games. For Bill Raftery and the wonderful women and men of our crew in Fort Myers, Adam Amin saying so long. Huskers and Hawks on Fox coming up.